Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. $15,000 for a life. Police will be going around contract killers who have been approaching people in conflict and offering to take a life for as little as $15,000. This is something we are seeing more and more of. We now have more young men with access to high-powered weapons and illegal gun gains from scamming. They are more than willing to kill people. Citizens have been in conflict, have been immediately approached by some of these people, offering their services, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson told the press conference on Tuesday. In some communities, as quickly as you and your family members have an argument about deadlift, you can expect someone to approach you and offer to do with a thing for you, said Anderson. Targeting contract killers and the people who hire them will become a big part of the murder reduction strategy for the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the commissioner said, as part of a strategy to achieve a drop in murders by the end of June. From January 1 to June 6, the police recorded 634 murders, which is 32 more than the corresponding period in 2021. It is these contract killings, the police chief said, that have been pushing up the country's murder toll. In addition, he pointed to an increase in interpersonal conflict resulting in murders. In places like St. Mary, murder is up. When we examine the attribution, we are seeing a significant number of interpersonal conflicts representing over 50% of all murders. Some of those conflicts involve a quarrel over a parking space that ended up into a murder, the commissioner stated. Anderson is, however, optimistic that there will be a drop in the number of murders. We expect that we'll be seeing a gradual downward trend, and if this continues, we should finish this quarter at the end of June somewhat lower than we are now with respect to last year, he said. In the meantime, Anderson said that in the first 7 days of June, police seized 27 firearms. Anderson also said police foiled numerous murders and managed to intercept a number of armed gunmen during the commission of crimes. He also said that when they managed to elude the lawmen, increased intelligence and investigative capabilities of the force allowed them to quickly identify and pursue these criminals. Since the start of the year, 401 people have been arrested and charged with breaches of the Firearm Act. Our anti-gang strategy is at the core of our response to murders, as 76% of murders are gang-related. Scamming continues to be a significant driver of violence in the country. Even as we strengthen our response locally, we continue to collaborate with our international partners on this and other transnational crimes, including money laundering and drug trafficking. Fight back, don't lose your life trying to be professional, JTA tells teacher. Jamaica Teachers Association JTA President Winston Smith is encouraging educators to stand up and fight back against attack from any student. Smith said teachers should not roll over and play dead and let students think they are pushovers. It doesn't faze me if people want to castigate me for it, but I do not want my teachers to just sit down and allow themselves to become a victim, a fiery Smith declared. So, because you're trying to be professional, you end up being professionally dead? Smith was speaking with reporters on Tuesday against the background of a fight between a teacher and a suspended 16-year-old student at Tivoli Gardens High School in Kingston on Monday. The altercation left the teacher with bruises and swellings to her face, upper body, and breasts. The student has since been charged with assault, occasionally bodily harm. A video of the altercation has gone viral on social media. Tivoli Gardens High School principal Marvin Johnson reportedly took ill and had to be hospitalized upon hearing of the confrontation. When contacted by reporters, he sounded very weak and said he was unable to talk. Smith said he has peeved at comments on social media by people badmouthing the teacher in the video and belittling her. Some of them saying the teacher should have restrained herself, should have been the professional, the teacher is the aggressor. No, I have watched the video, and that's not my perception of what is happening, Smith asserted. And people must remember, you know that every human being has the right to defend themselves, whether you're a teacher, pastor, police, soldier, lawyer, doctor, or Indian chief. Every Jamaican citizen has a right to defend themselves. Smith encouraged teachers to disregard the responses on social media. It will only further erode the little commitment our members have in the educational pursuit of our children, he said. Smith said teachers are dying because of high level of stress on the job and now their safety and security are being brought into question. This altercation has now created some anxiety among our members because the fear of entering the classroom has now been heightened. We have seen where children from even primary schools are attacking teachers. It now seems as if everybody believes it is okay that you can attack a teacher for the simplest little thing. Therefore, we are calling on the government of Jamaica to institute the powers or the contents or the law of the Child Care and Protection Act to hold parents accountable when children run afoul of the law or behave in such a despicable manner, he said. Smith said in his 30 years as an educator, he had never felt so dejected. When I look at all that is happening and now, sitting as a president of the JTA, all the happenings in education are coming before me. When you look at it and realize it is not confined to any particular geographical location, but the rampant disregard for law and order in schools seem to be widespread across the country, he added. He said the Minister of Education alone cannot fix the problem of teachers being disrespected, but we still are saying to the ministry, we need to hear a more forcible cry out against these kinds of behavior towards our teachers. It's not just Tivoli Gardens alone, says senior cop. After a widely circulated video featuring a classroom bust-up sparks national outrage, a high-ranking police commander has warned of a wave of students' indiscipline and violence taking over the city. Senior Superintendent Michael Phelps, head of the Kingston Western Police, revealed that he is trying to convene a conflict resolution meeting with principals and guidance counselors from all schools within the crisis-hit division. The proposed meeting follows intense debate over a physical altercation between a 16-year-old student and a 56-year-old teacher at Tivoli Gardens High School around 11 a.m. Tivoli falls within his police division. Phillips said his team has been faced with reports of school violence. We have been having some issues in most of the schools across the division, so what we're trying to do is to meet with the principals and guidance counselors to see how best we can work things out together to resolve most of these issues, Phillips said in a reporter interview. It's not just Tivoli Gardens alone. We have these issues. We are seeing it elsewhere. Phillips had hoped to have a debriefing with Marvin Johnson, principal of Tivoli Gardens High, but up to Tuesday morning, the headmaster was still hospitalized after fainting the day earlier. The police commander intends to meet with Johnson after he recuperates. The 16-year-old schoolboy has been charged with assault and malicious destruction of property. He is scheduled to appear in court on June 21. The boy allegedly attacked the teacher after she asked him to leave a classroom. The accused's name has not been published because he is a minor. Despite social media backlash on Tuesday that the viral video appeared to show the teacher as the aggressor, Phillips said that there was no intention at this point to charge the adult. Education and Youth Minister Favour Williams had on Monday disclosed that she had asked for a detailed report of the video-recorded confrontation between the teacher and the student. In a press statement, Williams did not blame the school, but appealed to schools to redouble efforts to curb antisocial and maladaptive behavior among students, parents, and other stakeholders. Williams said the ministry was concerned about social media videos depicting students starting fights, cursing, smoking, and engaging in vulgar talks. Most recently, a video surfaced between the president of a parent-teacher association of one of our schools in a violent confrontation with a student. This is unacceptable and should not be condoned, said the minister. The minister condemned all instances of violence and coarse behavior among our children. There is no place in our society for what we have been witnessing in these videos, she added. Williams said the videos highlighted the need for a radical shift in creating respectful relationship between teachers and students, parents and children, and among students. Mother of girls who died in Clarendon fire back to court July 8. The case file is still incomplete for Mickey Walters, the mother of two young girls who died in a fire in Racecourse, Clarendon in March. She is to return to court on July 8, where she will answer to charges of negligence. According to Walters' attorney, Nicole Ferguson, during her second appearance in the Clarendon Parish Court last Friday, it became evident that they were still unable to proceed. There are several statements which are outstanding. The fire report is also outstanding. The postmortem reports are also outstanding. And in the case, a DNA analysis is also outstanding. The file cannot process until these matters are dealt with, and the investigating officer has been bound over to complete the file, Ferguson told reporters on Tuesday. He said after his client's next court appearance, a decision will be made on whether she will try to fight the case or plead guilty. We hope the court's file will be in a state of readiness. Henceforth, we can proceed to deal with the matter, whether we proceed to trial or a plea and case management hearing before we proceed to a trial, he said. Walter's daughters, 4-year-old Abigail and 3-year-old Kayla Tomlinson, burned to death while home alone on March 24. Shortly after the fire, their grandfather, Colin Waters, said his daughter had left to take lunch to the girl's father, who was working at a nearby construction site. Another suspect nabbed in downtown killing shooting. One more individual has been held in connection with a shooting incident on Orange Street in downtown Kingston, which left one man dead. This brings to two the total number of men apprehended in relation to the shooting. According to police reports, a team from the Metro Quick Response Unit assigned to the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch were on patrol in the area when they responded to explosions. Upon their arrival to the scene, the officers were met with gunfire. The gunfire was returned and one man arrested at the scene. 3 firearms were reportedly seized. 2 of the men later turned up at hospital with gunshot wounds. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.